everyone, getting ready for a big show, so I thought you might enjoy this.
How are y'all doing? So I kind of just quickly put this together, but I think it will turn out really great. So y'all remember when I went to Carolina Pottery not very long ago? I got this awesome bunny. Look at this. So I wanted to make some rustic things because those are really popular on Amazon. And so I got this little bunny and I thought, ooh, this is going to be fun. So this is what we're going to do tonight. We are going to do something with this little bunny. Isn't he cute? Okay, so this is what we're doing. We are going to do the Jute 21 inch. So listen, little tip for you. These are super popular on Amazon. Anything that is rustic, farmhouse, anything like that is going to be really popular. So if you're looking for things to add to your shops, I would do some of that. So we're going to try to keep with almost like a monochromatic theme. So we're just going to stick with these three colors. So it's going to be the burlap color, the white color, and the black. So we have, and see now I don't have anything that's really kind of this specific off-white. So we're just going to go straight out for white. And that's going to work out because that's going to be the piece that makes everything stand out. Okay? So we're going to do just those three colors. So I've already cut my ribbons. They're all cut at 12 inches. Of course, with my perfect tails. All right. And we are going to do the Woodland Ruffle. So we're going to do poof, and then we're going to do Woodland Ruffle. So I'm cutting these at 20 inches. So, little fact for you. If you're going to add accents, you can get exactly 18 20-inch pieces from a 1 10-yard roll. You can get 36 of the 10-inch pieces, and you can get 12 of the 30-inch pieces. So it's just a really good thing to know so that you know how much you have to have when you are doing your projects. So I'm cutting 20 inches for all of these because I have this black and white. Look how cute this is against that little bunny. Isn't it cute? So I know I'm going to use the whole roll, so I don't have to count how many I have. I just have to cut them all. So that's kind of what I do when I'm making these. I don't bother counting, I just cut the whole thing. Because when you're making stuff, it is all about saving time. Because time is money. Right? Yes, it is. All right, I think this should be, yep, okay. So I've got all these cut. Hey, welcome, Bonnie. All right. So I have one of the 15-inch work wreaths, and it's in the burlap color. I got this when I went to Sims last. So I like to personally start on the bottom. Doesn't mean you have to start on the bottom. It's just what I like to do. All right. So I like to open up all my ties just because it really does save you time in the long run. Then I will grab a couple of zip ties. I am feeling better, thank you. Man, that was not a fun one. Almost my whole family got that thing. All right, so I scrunch up the end like this, just like that. And I like to, that was my bell, trim it off. I don't know why, I just like having a clean edge. Okay. And then I will take my zip tie and I will tie it down. I always tie it right before one of these ties, and if you do that, then it blends in perfectly with your wreath, and you can never tell where you started and where you stopped. All right. It also makes it a little bit easier when you go from the bottom to the top. So, I am wearing the shirt. Okay. So we're gonna do, let's do 12-inch poofs. I'm gonna show you a trick. Take your perfect tail board, pull it up, go to the 12, and there it is. So if you ever have trouble with your poofs, did that thing come out again? No. If you ever have trouble with them, then I would suggest measuring it out. So if you measure it out, then you're not going to have a problem. Why is it doing that again? Okay, excuse me, y'all. I'm having technical difficulties today. I'm just telling you. All right, so you can just measure it out with your board. You can also do it with your table. I just find it easier and faster if I do it with my board. You see how nice the poofs come out? The other trick is to take these two ends, pull them under, and make sure that they are underneath when you pull out your poof. Because if you do that, then you won't get all this weirdness on the edges. You know how sometimes you get that just strangeness on the edges and then your poofs don't look right? It's because those pieces were not tucked under properly. So every time you go to make a poof, make sure these two are turned. You can even hold them together underneath it. And then pull it up. And put it down. There we go. All right, so let me see if I can get my phone to pull up comments because I can't see a thing. My other iPad died. It's just what it is today. Here we go. All right, now I can see y'all. Okay. Yes, I always do the 1, 2, 3. But if I'm gonna do the 12-inch, I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 12 inches for me. I do still do the 1, 2, 3. But for when you're first starting out, it's really good to measure it. But for me, I just count it in my head. Okay, and I always kind of put my hands under, and if you make like a little thing with your finger and your thumb and go up, it'll help keep those pieces underneath, and then you'll get a nice little poof. Just makes it a little bit easier. So just put those fingers, put your finger and your thumb together like that, and it'll keep it in place. And y'all may already do that, but just in case you don't. Those little things I have learned over the years that I don't talk about. Except to y'all. Alright, so see, we're back at where we started. So you see how when you tie it, it just closes it perfectly. Hey, Amy. Alright. Alright, so now I'm going to take it. Whew, y'all, I'm already getting hot. I'm going to open up all the ties on the top. You know, it's funny because when I first started using these work wreaths, I used to like the ones that had the thicker ties better, but now I've found that I like the thinner ties because you have more room if you need to do something. All right, so I'm going to pull it up to the top. I want to make sure I have those pieces tucked underneath because it can make it hard for you when you're starting your poof out, and go right before a tie. There we go. It's like when you make the poof curl, you got to make sure that piece is underneath. It's the same thing when you're doing a poof. Got to have those two little pieces, those two little ends, they need to be underneath. So I'll just do my 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah. You did your 3rd live yesterday? Woohoo! Go girl! I don't know where my bell is. I'd ring my bell for you, but I don't know where it is. Okay. Is that we share. Okay. We're almost done with this pot. I knocked it on the floor. I know I did. I can't see where it is. It rolled somewhere. Sorry. Mari's texting me. She's helping me figure out where my bell is, but I can't see it. It's down there on the floor somewhere. So I'm going to tell you why I'm doing 12-inch instead of 10-inch on my poofs. So I want to be sure that you can see plenty of this burlap color since I'm trying to go for the farmhouse look. So I made my poofs a little bit bigger. That way, plus it uses up most of the roll. You see how much it uses? All right. I'm going to put this on and then I'm going to zoom in. Okay. So I just tie this piece down, the last piece. Always a good idea because you just don't want it to stick out. Right? Okay. So we got the poof done. That's the easiest part. Right? You see how pretty that looks and how consistent they are? It's all about tucking that little bottom in. All right. So we're going to be doing... Lord, where did I put those other ones I cut? Oh, here they are. We're going to be doing the Woodland Ruffle, which you may know as the Cruffle, but it is actually called the Woodland Ruffle. So we're going to do the Katie method. Take it, grab it on both sides, go 1, 2, 3, and then just pinch it together, okay? That's it. It's as easy as that. All right, so let's... Hold on, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Okay. Then I'm not gonna open my tie, which is great because these are longer and I don't have to. So I'm just gonna tie it. You want it to go facing up so that you can see that curl. You see that? So see, it's gonna add in a little bit of that black and white color, but it's not going to overwhelm it. Your what are awful? Oh, I'm telling you, girl, it's probably from the tucking thing. Okay, so remember, you just pull it. If you don't want to do it on your chest like Miss Katie, you can do it on your table. So you just grab it on both sides and just roll your hands in until you get to 3. You want at least a few inches to do the ruffle with, just so there's that little bit of space in between them. And then tat it. Okay. So if you have trouble, just do one at a time. I find it a little bit easier if you do them at the same time. But when you're first doing it, you know, I think it's just a little bit better if you kind of do them separate. This is fabric mesh. Have y'all worked with fabric mesh before? So fabric mesh, some people really don't like it, and the reason is because it can do this little fraying stuff here. However, it's awesome for doing the woodland ruffle because you're going to cover up those little fraying spots, and it's really cute and it works really well with the burlap. This is much more of a rustic farmhouse look than using the mesh, because it really is more like a natural look, because it is. It's cotton. It does stand fine outside, so you don't have to worry about that. And it comes in a lot of really cool colors. They have a lot of this checkered pattern with it, so I like it. Okay. I know, I'm so disappointed I didn't get to watch the wreath off. But we had a bunch of family stuff going on, and I was working on cleaning up my room. So if you see a big mess behind me, just ignore it, because I was working on my shelves. I keep moving things around until I figure out exactly where I want to get them. Okay. So you could really do this. So look at this. You could do it this way so that you have the curls going side to side, or you can do it this way where you have the curls going up and down. You just kind of have to decide which way you want to look. Okay. Here we go. Right? So you can see the difference. So that's side to side. This is up and down. Let's see, what do we like better? Do we like side to side? I kind of like side to side. Let's do side to side. The great thing is it's super easy just to kind of twist it a little bit. There. You see, since we put a little bit extra in the poof, you can still really see a lot of that. I know you are. Did y'all get finished, or were you still working? I think you were still working on it, weren't you? All right. Let's do this one up here. All right. Honestly, I think it's a little bit easier to do the curls on something like this cotton than it is to do it on the stiffer, because this is very pliable. You see, and it's soft. It is still a little bit stiff, so it doesn't give you problems where it won't stand up and stuff, but I just find it a little bit easier to work with. I wouldn't advise doing ruffles without curling the ends though, because it will look kind of frayed if you do that. Which, if that's the look you're going for, then I'll by all means do it. Alright. So we're just taking it, grabbing it at both ends, and rolling it. So your ends don't have to be real tight, so don't worry if they're not. It's still going to look good. I mean, you don't want it to look like a complete curl. You want it to have a little bit of a ruffle. I usually like to do a little bit more when I'm doing these, but I don't want it to overpower my wreath, so I'm not going to do that. Okay. Y'all ever get songs stuck in your head? I have this song stuck in my head. It's driving me crazy. Okay. We're going to be doing family game night after this. This should be interesting. We have a new game to play tonight. I don't even remember what it's called. Something with kings. Did y'all ever do that when you were growing up? We did. We used to play Monopoly, and we played Uno. I don't know. I know it's something about towns, and we have to, I don't know, accumulate land or, I don't know, something. I'm sure my husband will tell us what we're doing. It might be Kings in the Corner. That sounds about right. I don't know. My husband takes them like every couple of weeks. He takes them to this game place that's here. It's really cool. And they have all these board games, and you get to, you know, try out any board game you want to, and you can stay there and play for a couple hours, and then they pick what they like and they bring it home, and then we play that one. See how it kind of does this on the end? But since you're curling it, you're not going to see that. So that's why this is a really good one for this type of method. I'll have to let y'all know later, but I think that is it. That sounds right. All right. Is this the last one? Nope, we have two more. Well, oh, hey, there's my bell. Huh, wonder what I did with my other piece. That's okay, we'll put the bunny there. It's probably on the ground somewhere and I don't see it. Actually, we'll probably put the bow there. That's what we'll do. Have you ever gotten to the end of a wreath and you realize you're missing one? Guess what you do? Put the bow there. So we'll leave that right there for putting the bow on it. I bet it's on the floor, but it won't matter. All right. So we're gonna put these in, and then we'll make the bow, and then we'll put our little bunny on. So I'm gonna put these two together right here. I love these. Make sure when you're putting them on that you kind of pull hard and get that curl going, because then you don't have to you know, fuss with it as much. I'm still not untying it. I'm just tying it on and then spreading them out. But you see how when you really pull and get that, it helps it? And then I take these and I just tuck them under like that. Takes care of that. See, the white is going to be the thing that's going to stand out. So, yeah, I stepped on it. I'm always looking for something that's just slightly non-traditional for holidays because those tend to be kind of popular. So this little black and white bunny is perfect. It's very natural. Okay. There we go. Oops. And all of these ribbons are the 50-yard rolls. So that helps. Right? I think there are several in here who are not in my business group. So I could share my price calculator with y'all if you would like it. You just have to let me know if you want it. Oh, and the shirt, I do too. Okay. There we go. I always, on the bottom, I always pull them out front, especially if I have like curls or something, because it'll just interfere if you try to spread it out. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Huh, did I freeze up there for a second? It's been raining here all day too, but I don't think it's as bad as where Amanda and Melissa are. But it's definitely been a little bit slower today. Okay. I told you I have a song stuck in my head. So if I start humming, that's why. I cannot get it out of my head. And it's so quiet in here, it doesn't help. Because when I go on a live, I make everybody shut their doors, but now it's so quiet. Okay. Alright, so we're done with the bottom. So we'll start on the top.
Okay.
Okay, now this one I am going to crisscross. Okay. I don't know, I can't hardly keep up with it. They're always wanting to play something new. Luckily, most of the games are free. So. There we go. Yeah, I have to make them shut their door because Ross is over here and Carson's back there, and so they start yelling at each other. Even though they have their little headphones on and they're talking to each other, they start getting all excited, and then that's all you can hear. There we go. I know, right? Yeah. Although, all of the games are like, oh, it's, you know, you have to get this skin and that skin, and they want this battle pass thing and this other thing, and it's not very fun. But that's okay. That's what they have an allowance for. They have to earn it. Oh, look at that. I put two of the wrong ones together. No biggie. At least I noticed it before I went on. Okay. Right? Aren't they funny? I try to get them to keep track of how much allowance they have. Yeah. It doesn't work out so well. They can never remember. Or they remember, somehow, remember that they have more than they do. Guess that's normal. They forget, oh, I forgot I bought that. So funny. Okay. Okay. All right. So tomorrow, we'll have 4 groups on there. Okay. So this is the one we did not have a thing for. Lord knows where it is. It's not going to matter. But I'm going to go ahead and put a tail here. Okay. There we go. So that's where we're going to put our bow. So see how cute that looks already? So where's my little bunny? So you can see what the bunny's going to look like on here. Oh my gosh, I love that. Look at that. Oh, I love it, I love it. All right, let's make a bow. Oh, Bella, you want to make a bow? My room is a colossal mess, so we're definitely going to be doing the Easy Bow Maker because my stuff's a mess over there. Okay. So I'm going to need a zip tie because that's what we're going to tie it with. Alright. I just grabbed a whole bunch of different ribbons because I wasn't sure exactly what ribbons I wanted to use. I for sure want to use the two we have here, and this one, and this one, because those are the ones we have in the wreath. But I was thinking about adding this one, and I love, look at these two. I love these. I have the larger of the polka dots, and then I have smaller. I don't think we'll use this one. Maybe. No, I think we will do, I have the larger version of that. I wonder if I should do that. What do y'all think? Smaller version or larger version? Let me grab the larger version. Okay. Okay, so that's the larger version. And that's the smaller version. So we could put it, let's see. I don't know, what do you think? 2.5? Alright, let's start with this one. Nope, let's start with this one. Okay, so we're going to start with this one. Alright. So when I make a bow on the Easy Bow Maker and I'm wanting to make it the smaller, okay, thank you, Nancy, that's what we'll do. If I'm wanting to make the smaller, if I want to use the Easy Bow Maker but I want to come out with something that's similar to the Pro Bow, then what we're going to do, so we'll start out with 8-inch tails, okay? So I put it on, I twist it. I'm going to take it off there. We're going to go out to the 7, okay? When you get to the point where you're ready, you can twist it and then put it down. See, like that. So let's see where we are. About 7.5, okay? So we'll go over on this side to about 7.5. You can also just put it down and then twist it. But if you put your finger inside there and hold it, then you'll get the exact measurement on each side. It makes it a little bit easier. Okay? Alright. So we're going to do 1/2 inch smaller. So we'll do 7-inch. Alright. So 7-inch, twist, pull this one up. I'm not too worried about putting them all in the right place right now because I just want to get these on, okay? And then we can do that. So we'll come out to the 8, trim that off, and then do our dovetail. That way we don't have to do it later. Alright, so we're done with this one for now. Let's do the black and white. I can use the spool now because I'm past the, no, I can't. It's really hard with this one to have the 50 yards because it doesn't really fit on here. So you could just keep it outside. Put it on your other spool holder that you have, if you have one. Alright, so now we have 7.5, 7. So this one is going to be 6.5. So I put my finger out here on the 6.5. Go there. Okay, then I can twist it. Just make sure it's still on 6.5. Yeah. I just kind of move this stuff around so I can see. Here we go. 6.5. Alright, so now we'll go to the 6. So you see what we're doing? We're going down 1/2 inch. There we go. The measurements on this are also on the side, so you can do it either way, on the side or on the top. And it actually goes all the way out to 12. Okay. Alright, we're done with the black and white. Alright, now we're going to do some of the 1.5. Okay. Alright, so 8 inch. Okay. Move these around so we can see. Alright, we're going to the 5.5. So 5.5. Do y'all need me to zoom in a little bit more? Let's see if I can zoom in a little more. Let's move these out of the way. Alright, so you can see, right there's the 6. Okay, so I just stick my finger right there, pull it through, twist it, move these aside. So you'll probably see it a little bit better over here. So there's the 6, here's about the 5.5. So you can see it with my finger. You just go through. Okay. Then we're going to trim it off. We're going to do a couple of the 1.5. So we'll do that one, then we'll do this one. Okay, so out to the 8. Okay. Push it down, move this stuff aside. Okay. So you can see there's the 5 where my finger is. So I just put my finger down, go through the middle, then I can do my twist. This is just how I'm keeping it exactly where I want it. Okay. Alright, down to the 5 here. So I'm only doing one of each of these. Okay. Okay, there we go. You okay? Uh-oh. You okay, Bella? Bella's been on antibiotics. They make her sick. Poor baby. You okay? Alright, so we're going to throw this one in just to kind of blend everything together. Alright. So we're going to go to the 4.5. Alright, so twist it. Go out to this 4.5. Oh, I can put it on the spool holder now. Alright. Twist. 4.5. There we go. I just want to throw a little bit of this in there. Okay. I'm not going to move my ribbons around very much until I get my little tie on it, because I don't want to accidentally pull them all over the place. We're going to finish with this one. I like this one. It has more white than anything. So it'll kind of stand out a little bit more because it's a little bit different. Okay, so add to the 8. All right, we're gonna do 1 4-inch right there. Okay, and then another 4-inch right here. And you can always pull them up together and see if they're the same. See, they're the same. All right, so now I like to have one little one in the center. So to do that, when you're on the Easy Bow Maker, you just twist, you do 1 loop, and that's it. You don't do a loop on the other side. Trim it off. Make it a little dovetail. All right, we're ready to fluff this bow up. Yeah, I mean, she is doing better, but the medicine makes her sick. Okay, so I take my zip tie and I just put it around and I just barely start it. All right, like that. I'll pull it out, and then you can see where the little center is. So I just kind of shimmy my little pipe cleaner, zip tie over there. I start to tighten it, but not all the way. And now I'm going to spend a little time moving my bows around here, my little loops. So I don't want all of the tails to be on one side, so I'll take them and start moving them around. So you can just move it. So put this one here. We'll put this one over here. So you see, if you do this while it's still loose, then you can get them where you want them to go, okay? And you don't have to fuss with it later. Okay. All right, so we got one here, one here, one here, one here. This one needs to go over here. All right, there. Then I usually kind of fluff up these little loops a little bit, and then I can see if I need to change anything. It's a little bit easier to tell when they're starting to fluff up. Because once you move that, once you tighten it, then it's pretty much where it's going to be. So you want to be careful. You can also use your tails. So if you don't have a loop right there, you can use your tail to put right there. There we go. All right. So now I'm going to start tightening it, but before I'm completely done, I'm going to put some wire in there. Okay. Okay. So I'll just run the wire right in there. And don't panic if you put it down and you haven't put your wire in, because you can always put a little swatch of ribbon around it and then tie your wire or whatever in with that. I always tie it off one good time. All right, now I will finish fluffing it on the actual wreath. So let's see, let's find where that spot was. Here. Okay, so it's right here. This is where we're going to put it. And here's a trick with bows. If you want your bow to kind of stand up more, tie it around where the poof is. Don't tie it here, tie it up here. Okay, you can even take your wire and poke it right through your poof, and that just helps it stand up better so that it's not getting squashed down into the wreath. You can just kind of put your hand underneath and catch that wire. You do want to tie it around the frame. Okay, I got one side. Let's get the other one. There we go. Let's see what this will do. Is this will cover where we don't have that one little spot. All right. So see, I pulled it right through, right here. Look, right here. So I pulled it right through this loop, and then I just tie it right here around the frame. There we go. All right, now we can fluff our bow out. So let's see here. All right. So it's in there tight. I mean, it's not gonna go anywhere. So we can start fluffing it out. Take your tails and pull them down like this, and then they'll start bending down. It will make your bow look a lot better. Okay. See, you see how the tails almost become part of the loops because of where I placed them. So you see? So I have them where I don't have a loop, and then it's almost like I have a loop there. You can still move it around some, so don't feel like you can't move it at all. Okay. There we go. So, see there? See how nice and big that bow is? But it didn't take a ton of ribbon. It's on there. It's going to shake a little bit because I have it sitting on top of that poof, but it's not going to come off. I know, she's okay, Mari. Okay, so we've got our juicy bow on, as Amanda would say. So now we can figure out where to place our bunny. Alright, so it comes with this little wired thing, which of course I'm not going to use because I think this is probably meant to be a hanging piece. So I'm going to cut this off. But I'm going to use those little holes. Because, yeah. Alright. Then I don't have to try to make another hole. What do I do with my silver paddle? There it is. I like to use this silver wire when I am working with putting on any kind of sign. Wooden, metal, cloth. Because it's very hard to see. I knocked ribbon over. I want to have 2 to 3 spots to tie it down. So this already has a hole right here in the ear, so I will use that. And I'm actually gonna push it right back through that fabric. See, this wire is really thin and it will easily go through this. Y'all hear the dog downstairs? I'll tell you something funny. Alright, so I've gotten it through. See, this way you can't really see the wire, you see? You can't see it. So I can just tie it in the back here. And then I can use this to tie it on. Yeah, so that's Sassy. And she wants my dad to go to bed. So she'll stand in front of him and she'll bark at him until he gets up and goes into the bedroom. She cracks me up. All right. So let's do another spot. Hey, Maggie. All right, so the other spot that they had a hole was right here. But let's see, let's actually do it down here. So what I can do is I can just kind of pinch it and just run the wire right through it. It goes right through this fabric very easily. And I can tie it from underneath and you won't be able to see it. I think I'll tie it right here as well. And then we should be good to go. See, it's almost like burlappy fabric. So it goes through pretty nice. I don't even have to get out my needles for surgery. All right, there we go. So see, the perfect thing is you won't be able to see it. I mean, even the back of this bunny is cute. All right, so y'all get to help me decide where we're gonna put it. Do we wanna put it here? Here at the bottom? Actually, I kinda like it up here. Or we could put it over here. I really kinda like it right there. What do y'all think? I kinda like it right there. Thank you! Yeah, I got some more blonde in it. So what do you think? We like it there? Or do we like it more towards the center? Come here, Bella, you okay? There? Kind of like it there. It's funny because I have to look in the camera to see what it looks like. It can be a little bit backwards when you're looking in the camera. Y'all like it there? Kind of like it there. Alright, so I'll just take this wire, and if I can, I'll go right around where the tie is. Okay. And I'll tie it down to the frame. Okay. Alright. And then here. Oh my gosh, how perfect. Two places where it was right around the frame. You can't get better than that. You like it better under the bow? Like that? Okay. I'll futz with that bow forever. Oh, it's under the bow. It's going to be under the bow, but it'll kind of be not exactly in the center. There we go. So I don't want it to tie it down very tight because I want it to be a little better. Yep, the big bow is on top. So hold on, I'll show you what it looks like. Oh, it's called King Domino. That's what it was called, Nancy. You wanna come show them? This is the game we're gonna play. King Domino. Alright. There we go. So see, this is the top. Whoops. This is, I know, I'm sorry. It's because I'm so short, honey. So this is the top. Dang it, I always do it sideways. And there's the little bunny.
You about done?
Yeah, I'm about done. Now I like it better over that way. There. How's that? Wait, I keep, there. Okay, there. I told you, see, it's because it's like it's backwards from me when I look in the camera. Yeah. Well, it should be fun. The boys love to do these things, so I might move it over just a tad, either more this way. Yeah, I like that. Awesome! So see, what do y'all think? There, that's the way it goes. Yep, there goes hubby. All right, not too bad for having thrown it together at the last minute. Hey buddy, you ready to play? Yeah? Okay. Awesome. Well, I love how it turned out. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night, and I will see y'all. That's it. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you later. Bye. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend, okay?